stops on the way to lust. To do that, she asks men to lie in an MRI machine while she shows them pictures. Between some fairly mundane images, she throws in an erotic one that lasts just a split second. And then watches the mental fireworks go off. The first area to react is the amygdala, an almond-shaped gland at the base of the brain. Think of it as the brain's receptionist. From there, the signal gets passed up to middle management, the ventral striatum. Here, a chemical called dopamine is released. The more pleasurable the image is, the more dopamine floods into the brain. The final stop is at the medial frontal cortex. This is the brain's CEO. It decides what to do about this sexual opportunity.
We've come to sort of appreciate the many different nodes in this pathway, and that these sort of come on in sequence. There are early responders that have to decide very quickly if this is something worth pursuing as a reproductive opportunity. And then up to the frontal cortex, then this says, well, this looks pretty good, but the last time that you acted on this reward impulse, remember, it didn't go so well because. And potentially can then have a sort of a top-down governing influence.
Unfortunately, a man's calmer, more rational medial frontal cortex doesn't always suppress the primal urge welling up from the deeper parts of his brain. Sometimes, it just doesn't want to. Other times, it might be too slow.
So, one of the issues with this circuit is that when cues come in, it's many milliseconds later before the upper parts of the circuit have a chance to weigh in and say, are you sure this time? Are you sure? What about last time? And to give a message back down that would essentially regulate or put on the brakes.
You don't need a multi-million-dollar MRI to see this mental tussle in action. All you need is a radar gun and someone who can walk like this. This is Jen. Her job is to see if she can catch the attention of a few passing men and their amygdalas. Across the street, technicians lie in wait with a radar gun and a stopwatch, recording how many men slow down and for how long. The first team calculates the average speed of cars on this side street when there are no distractions. 24 miles per hour. But once Jen starts to strut her stuff, it suddenly looks like it's rush hour. The average speed of male drivers is now down by almost a third to 17 miles per hour. When the brakes come on, it's a sure sign the driver's amygdala is lit up and his brain is flooding with dopamine. But it's only a matter of time before the signal percolates up to the frontal cortex, and he thinks better of it. In fact, in this study, men slow down for around 2.5 seconds before they decide to put the mental brakes on lust and get back on track. Thanks to testosterone and dopamine, we can create a timeline of male lust that's measured in seconds. Women's response times look almost geological in comparison. But if you think that means women are always in control of their lust, think again. Lust has men on the hair trigger. But with women, it's a much slower fuse. It's a difference born from hundreds of thousands of years of evolution.
Over evolutionary history, it's been more adaptive for men to experience a lot of sexual desire, and for women to be a little bit more cautious in their sexual desire. The more women a man impregnated, the more likely he is to leave offspring. If a woman becomes pregnant, that has tremendous amounts of costs. You have to go through the pregnancy, you have to help raise the child. So for women, it pays a lot more to be on the lookout for a good man rather than just any man.
Women may be pickier, but men aren't entirely indiscriminate. And what they look for in a woman has given rise to a female version of peacock feathers, or Elvis sunglasses.
When men are asked to choose between women, they're more likely to go for the one that's nicer, that's the more caring woman. And so what we find is when women have lust, romantic desire on their mind, they're displaying this niceness, this agreeableness.
To prove his theory, Vlad is rigging the lobby of an office building and the street outside with some hidden cameras. The cover story for this experiment goes like this. There's a casting call for a TV show. The women are told they should dress as if for a first date.
You want to just have a seat? Okay, thank you.
The first group of women are asked to sit in an empty lobby and await further instructions.
Afterwards, the women are going to come out here and they're going to see Rochelle with those boxes over here. And Rochelle's going to be a little bit struggling with the boxes, and we want to know whether the women are going to help Rochelle or not help Rochelle with the boxes.
Watch what happens when these women are instructed to go outside and around the corner to the casting call.
So I need to go to the left. The left? Okay. All right, thank you.
It's a cold, hard world out there on the streets of Hollywood.
Now, did you notice the woman carrying the boxes?
I noticed, and I was like, wow, she's really struggling. I was like, should I stop or should I not? I mean, I don't know why I was thinking so much into it, because usually I would stop. I don't think it would, if you're going to help somebody, you're going to help. But if you're not, you're just not going to help.
And now for the second group of women. Same scenario, except this time there are a couple of handsome, flirty guys in the lobby.
Okay, that one looks all right.
Here comes the first subject. And there she goes.
Do we smell?
No, I just didn't want to sit right in between the two.
It's more awkward to be like, hey, what's your... What is your name?
Oria.
Oria? I'm Kareem.
Nice to meet you.
One of the men leaves, pretending to get a phone call, giving Kareem the opportunity to turn on the charm.
Yeah? That's your style? Where are you from?
I'm originally from Florida.
Florida.
But before that, I lived in New York.
I met a girl from New York, and she's like, yeah, out there, we like, man, we just tell them. And I was like, you guys are, it just seemed like everyone's a little too aggressive for me.
I just don't function like that as a person. Like, I would never just go up to a guy and be like, you're the one I want. You know, the man is supposed to be the pursuer, and the woman is supposed to be pursued.
After a friendly conversation about dating, the woman is told to head off to the casting call.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.
Do you need help?
Yeah, if you could just get the door, please. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Looks like you can depend on the kindness of strangers, if they have lust on their minds.
Hi.
That was actually it. Yep, walk down the end of the building, right?
That's crazy.
Hi, my name is Vlad. I'm a professor at the University of Minnesota.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Now, what we're actually interested in today is the kind of factors that lead others to help other people. So what was going through your mind when you saw this other woman and she was juggling some boxes and was trying to get into her car?
It just seemed like it would take a second. It seemed harmless.
No,
The second group display the classic behavior of women experiencing lust. Unconsciously, they want the man to know they are helpful individuals.
Are you here for the show, too?
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing.
I don't know what we're doing either. They just said come like you're going on a hot first date, so...
Maybe this is the first date.
I know. Oh, my gosh. She looked like she was overwhelmed with the boxes, and I was like, oh, my God, someone help her. No, come on.
No, you do have ridiculous good eyes, though.
Oh,
They're
thank
gorgeous.
you. Oh, what a tough job. Hold on, I'll get it for you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. You're welcome.
Women experiencing lust clearly want to show a man that they care about others. And the reasons, once again, are buried deep in evolutionary history.
One possibility is that women who are nice